Hi, folks. How are you? Hopefully, you're doing well. I forgot to send my remind app out. I don't know how I managed to forget that, but I did. Um, Copy text. Let's get a reminder going here real quick. Just live now. Painting a village scene. Something like that. Little downtown scene. Hi, folks. My name is Amanda with Simply Flamazing Art, the Creative Course Collab, a creative with the Creative Curiosities Paper and Notions Pack, and a proud member of the Crafty Bunch. I think I'm live. I'm not sure. I don't see me. Yeah, there I see me. Let me share me out to a few places here. I'll tell you what, Facebook is Facebooking today. So let's see. I'm going to change my profile to my name, and then I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it again. All right. Hopefully, y'all are having a great day, a great Wednesday. Today's my fun day. I have work, of course, but I have a paint party later, and I love my paint parties. So hopefully y'all having a good Wednesday. This is Tiny Villages and Houses in the Crafty Bunch. It's an event that is put on by Christy Sloan, My Artful Adventures. She should be popping in, getting me where I need to be, hopefully. But we are going to be having fun creating like a little winter scene, like a little street scene. And I'll be okay. Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get us started because I'm hoping to finish this in the 45-minute time frame that I have. We will see. And so I sketched out a little something on here. It's totally messy, and that's okay. That's perfectly okay for it to be completely messy. So if you have followed me at all, or if you are new to me, my name is Amanda with Simply Flamazing Art. I'm also a proud member of the Crafty Bunch, which you are hopefully watching me in. Hey, Capri, how are you? Hey, So Inspired Designs and Designs by Dina. I love to paint. I love to teach folks how to paint. I also have the Creative Course Collab, which is, hey, love, which has tutorials and such. And so, hey, Cheryl, how are you? Carol and Mike Knight, how are you? I'm going to just start with a little bit of a kind of like a brick color. I added a little brown with my red, and we're going to create a little brick. We'll create some brick buildings, okay? I just roughly sketched. So this is going to be kind of like a scene that is like, I don't know, old downtown. And so I don't know. I'm sure in the cities you are, there's like a downtown area that's going to look similar to this, right? Have these buildings. We have it here. I'm in Charlottesville. We have what we call the historic downtown, which is so pretty, especially at Christmas time. So we're just going to start putting in some buildings and get that done. Hey, Joan, how are you? I hope y'all are having a fabulous Wednesday. We're just making this up, guys. We'll figure out all of the stuff. And I mean, right now we're just putting paint on paper. I did kind of roughly sketch like, okay, I want this building to be roughly this size. I'm not really concerned about much else. This is my big building that's in the center. Hey, Dee, how are you? And Beth and Karen. Karen, I'm sorry I got your name wrong the other day. I don't know how I thought your name was Mary, but somehow I got that wrong, and I apologize to you. I try hard not to mess up names. Well, I completely fudged that one. I'm just taking a little red, a little brown. I'm painting on this paper because it's going to go in my art journal. I debated on doing a canvas that I would give to my dad. And I may do that at a future point. I've got to look. So, guys, my dad does this huge village. And I mean, it is huge. It takes up like... if not close to almost half of my mom and dad's living room. There's room for the couch on one wall, which is always there. And pretty much all the other furniture comes out of the room minus one chair. And that's super crowded in there. And then the tree is in there. And then the village. The two tables beside the couch, they stay. The other table comes out because there's no room to walk if it's in there. The piano gets covered up. So underneath a part of his village is the piano, but you don't know that it is there. You wouldn't know it's a piano under there unless you knew. And so, but it is a full on, I will. Hey, Kelly, how are you? I will definitely. He is putting the village up this year. I'm so happy. 1 year, not last year. He put it up last year. Year before, he didn't put it up. Just because he was sick in November. He had like this horrible cold that just would not go away. And if he doesn't start putting this thing up like the day after Thanksgiving, it doesn't get completed. Like it's that's how big it is. Like it takes him that long to finish it. And he won't finish it until, well, this year, since Thanksgiving is late, he will finish it probably the weekend of Thanksgiving is probably when he'll finish it. I put my village on a ladder with shelves. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. You love the different things I paint on. I've been painting on paper for a while. I debated to paint on canvas today just because I was like, well, maybe I want to give him that. His birthday is coming up. And I was like, maybe I want to give him that for his birthday. But I paused because I was like, I don't even know where he would hang it. Like right at this moment, like I don't even know where he would hang it. So we're just creating some little brick buildings that would be like if you were in an old downtown area of your town. So we have the historic downtown mall, which is so pretty. Unfortunately, between you, me, and the fly on the walls that are here, I wish that the people we had in local government cared about it as much as they should care about it, because they really have allowed it to go way down, in my opinion. I'm sure there's some people here that think it's wonderful. But in my opinion, and I'm allowed to have that opinion, I've lived here my entire life, it's no longer an area that you enjoy going to. They have created an environment Um, I do too. That is not inviting, unfortunately. And it's really hard on the businesses that are there. And it's starting to show with closures and all of that. It's really sad. Because they had really brought it back from basically a ghost town. And then just to let it almost slip back to the ghost town that it was pretty sad. But I'm just painting them all red, and we'll put windows in and everything. I was gonna put windows in. I started to do that, and I'm like, I'm just gonna paint it all red, and I'm gonna make it simple on myself. Hey, Judy, how are you? I do too. I love little cityscapes. I love when my dad puts his village up and he creates the little city and the county and the country area. He creates these different little areas. He has so many houses, guys. Oh my word. He has so many houses. Like, he can't put them all up. He has to decide each year, like, which house gets put up and which house doesn't. What he's gonna do, what he's gonna work with this year, and which one's gonna, like, not be. Okay, that's something that'll work. We can work with that foundation. But yeah, he has to make that decision every year. Like, okay, which houses? Now there are some houses that are his favorite and some of his favorite things, and those, like, there's no question, like, that's going on there. But then there's, like, the fill-ins, like, okay, well, I used this house this year, I'm not gonna, or last year, I'm not gonna use it this year, I'll use this other one. It's not like he doesn't like any of them that he has. He likes them all. That's a little bit of the problem. He has a tough time sometimes paring it down to what he's gonna use and what he's not, what's gonna, like, not cut it. My mom, she loves it, but it drives my mom crazy because he pulls all the boxes down because he doesn't know what he wants to use and what he doesn't want to use. Hey, Julie, how are you? So he doesn't know what he wants to use and what he doesn't want to use. So he pulls all of the boxes down out of the attic. And of course, it drives my mom crazy because it makes a big mess. There's boxes everywhere. Like, you cannot walk for the boxes as he goes through them and decides, like, what is a yes and what is a no and all of that. So my mom, she's like, he's got to finish this. It's like, I know, Mom, he'll get it. She's like, no, you don't understand. The house is, like, every room is full. And I'm like, I got you. I've been there. I do understand. I've seen it. Like, but he's been doing it for years. I mean, this is not something new. This is, and in fact, the village today's village, this is smaller than his previous villages that he has done in the past. He pared it down a few years ago and has been keeping it much. I'm just going to go ahead and put the brick in. And then we can decide what is windows and we'll paint over, right? Because that's the beauty of acrylic painting, is that you can completely paint over. So we're not even going to worry about that. And so You know, we're just going to put the brick in. We're going to pick a spot. And we're just going to start with some lines that are roughly, you know, doesn't have to be perfect. We're going to cover up a bunch, so don't worry about that. When you're doing this brick, just don't even worry about it. Just like put it in. It's going to be fine. I promise it's going to be fine. Only thing you need to worry about is skipping your lines, right? So it looks like you got some brick in there. And then just like kind of like lining them up. That's the only thing to worry about. Pieces, yeah. And so he pared it down. He used to have a train that ran through it. He doesn't put the train in it anymore. Because that was like always a hassle. The train just was like always a pain for him. And so he was like, I'm taking that out. It wanted to be funny running and all, and then it wanted to like, it would run fine. You had it up, you tested it, all worked fine. Everything worked. And then like some part through, you know, halfway through Christmas, it would fall off the track in the back part where you couldn't get to it anymore because you can't reach and you can't climb up on the table because he builds it like he climbs up on the table and then builds it from the walls out. And, you know, so he was just like, I'm not going to do that anymore. So he pared it way down in size. We're just putting our little brick in. Now I'm just going to take my brush and I'm going to paint over these windows here. I'm just going to grab some of those two colors and paint over it. So tell me, do y'all have trains in your village? Do you put, I know Capri puts it up. Was it Capri? I think it was Capri. Who said she has the ladders, which I think is super cool. I think that's super cool. I've even seen it like done on shelves, you know, which I thought was really pretty. So it doesn't come out into the room so much. It kind of just goes up. I thought that was super pretty. And I don't care if you can see the lines all the way across or if it's Skippy. It would be Skippy, right? Used to work at a garden home mom and pop shop, and they were Department 56. Oh, nice. They have really nice stuff. Yeah, Dad has a lot of Department 56. Oh, a lot of it. Because, of course, you know, when somebody does something like that, right? It's the perfect Christmas gift. It's the perfect birthday gift. It's the perfect, like, so we would give him all kind of pieces because it was just the easy buy, right? And of course, you'd see cute stuff and they'd have cute stuff every time, you know, like every year they come out with something new and cute. Um, and of course, it's the easy button because he loves it. And, you know, I mean, I know I'm blessed to be able to say this, but like my family's kind of hard to shop for because they buy everything they want. It's not like, you know, so I'm blessed to be able to say that, and I'm thankful to be able to say that. And I do thank God every day for that. But it does at Christmas time make it a little difficult to figure out what you're going to do for them. I usually make gifts for them. Tell me if you make gifts for your family. If you tend to make gifts for your family. I tended to, and I've kind of gotten away from that because, yeah, it is really fun to set up. It's really fun. Although I will have to say it's real fun unless your dad is the one, if my dad is the one doing it. Because, we've tried to help him in years past, and there is no helping my dad do it. Mm-mm. I mean, he is like so funny about every little piece that gets placed and where it gets placed and like what they're doing, what the little people are doing and what the little, all of that. He is so funny about it. So it's impossible to help him do it because he's like, you put that in the wrong spot and everything you put down, he has to move it because it doesn't fit his story in his head that he has come up with, right? I get that because, there are times when I'm painting, I could create a story and it's like I want it to be a certain way. And that's how he is. He's created like the story and that he's creating. And like if you don't put it in the right spot, well, it doesn't tell the story. The people aren't doing what he wants them to be doing. Done birthday gifts for family, but not really Christmas. Yeah. But I enjoy making things for people. I started it because, Christmas got so stressful in my family. Not so much my side of the family, but on my husband's side of the family. And I know they wouldn't think that. And it wasn't all of them. It wasn't all of them. It sounds like it was all of them, and it wasn't. But it got to the point where it was like the great take back, right? So I spend a bunch of money, you spend a bunch of money. I end up taking back the things you gave me, you end up taking back the things we gave you. Then it's like, literally, guys, this is the year I knew this was crazy and that I was never going to do this again. I stood in Sam's. I had gotten them some rocking chairs because they put on a new deck for their deck, and I had gotten them at Sam's, and they were like $300, like the two of them was $300. And then they had gotten my husband something, and I don't know what it was, but it was like, and he didn't want it, and he went to return it, and he returned it, and ultimately the money difference was like $5. Literally, like what I paid and what they paid, and I don't know if I paid $5 more or they paid $5 more. I really don't remember because it's been quite a few years ago now. But anyway, I literally stood in Sam's, and instead of just being like, okay, you take yours back, I take, like you take that back, I take this back, whatever. Anyway, no, we had to like go and take it back. I literally handed them 300 and whatever dollars in cash, and then they handed me 300 and whatever dollars in cash. It was $5 difference in what. But to make sure, like, I guess the money back, I was like, this is crazy. This is nuts. It's like, I'm like, we're good. I was like, we're good. I don't care. Like, and I was just like, you know what? I stress out every year. I'm like, I'm not doing that. Only for the great take back. I'm like, no, I'm gonna do something where they can't take it back. If they like it, great. If they don't, take it to Goodwill. I don't care. Like, and then I said that to him one year, and then it was like, no, we don't. And I'm like, really? Because, yeah, you kind of do. All right, we got our brick in there. But I mean, that's just how stressful it got, and I was just like, I'm over this. I can't do this. All right, I'm gonna make a little gray. Actually, I have a really great gray for this. Let me just grab it because my white is kind of low, guys, and that's why it's like I already have a gray I want to use. But so yeah, so I started making things after that. I started like told them like, you know, don't buy us anything. Like we do not need a thing. And like we will get together, we will have fun, we will, you know, but you don't have to buy us anything. And so it has semi held a little bit. Um it's definitely not the amount of money that they were spending, thank God, because it had gotten to the point of ridiculous. Like it had gotten to the point of like $300, and I'm like, that's just too much. It's too much. Like $300. And it's like, you know, when you got multiple families that you're buying for and a lot of people, it's like, no, you know, we don't need it. Y'all take it back. He takes it back. Like, we don't need it. So that's our sidewalk. And then I'm going to grab a little black. And then here's going to come in our street. Right? And so finally I was just like, this is what we're going to do. Y'all do what you want to do, but what we're going to do is this. Because my nerves can't just, no. Like my stress, I got to reduce my stress level. Spending that kind of money and when it wasn't necessary. I mean, it wasn't necessary. It wasn't like, you know, it was just stuff. It wasn't like something that was, you know, like you would cherish or really love. It was just stuff. Hey, that's cool. It is wonderful with period costumes and things. Oh, that sounds awesome. Capri, where are you? Where are you? I'm gonna have to plan a visit. Not like just to visit that downtown area because I think that would be so fun. That sounds like something I would totally love to see. Just gonna put a little like dark top on. That's kind of like the top of the brick, you know, on the buildings and stuff. Our buildings are a little one-dimensional, not gonna lie. That's a little bit of a one-dimensional thing going on there, but that's okay. Northport, Alabama. Cool, really sweet. Yeah. Evening for the community. I bet so. I bet that's awesome. I think that would be so fun. There's a Christmas movie, and I don't know the name of it, guys. I just know it exists. It's on Hallmark, I think, where they have that little downtown area and all the people have period costumes and they have different activities. I was like, that looks like so much fun to live in a little town like that. I'm such a dork when it comes to anything Christmas. Who has their tree up? Anybody got their tree up? Tell me if you have your tree up already. Tell me if your tree is up. And if you're already watching Hallmark movies, because they're on the Christmas Hallmark movies Are you watching them? Tell me if you're watching them. I've seen a couple this year so far. I kind of put it on when I'm working on all my Christmas stuff because I have to do it, you know, ahead of time, obviously. If you're going to have Christmas ready for Christmas, right? You have to do it like really early. And so I put it on when they start to play them because it helps me get more in that mind frame of it before I'm like, but I put my tree up, got that up, because if I didn't get it up, it wouldn't go up. Like, and it's not a big tree, it's a small tree. It's real small. Hallmark as much as possible. I love it, Kelly. I don't turn on my TV a whole lot. I'm not a big TV watcher. Like, I don't watch a lot of TV. I don't watch any shows. I hardly ever turn my TV on, but for Hallmark, I will turn my TV on. For the Hallmark Christmas movies, I will turn them on. Plus, it does help me. It helps me when it's 80 degrees outside and I'm working on Christmas. Like, it legit helps me with that. Okay. So we kind of got in some of our little buildings and they're looking pretty good. We're going to put some windows in just a minute. We just want everything. You'll watch It's a Wonderful Life and Elf several times. I love It's a Wonderful Life. I like to watch it. It's not Christmas if I haven't seen A Wonderful Life. Y'all tell me. Okay, so there's like 3 movies that I have to watch or it's not Christmas. It's just not, it doesn't feel like Christmas. And so It's a Wonderful Life is one of them. And then the other one is a Hallmark movie that is one of my favorite Hallmark movies. And it's called The Most Wonderful Time of the Year. It's my favorite Hallmark movie. And of course, it's an old one, so they don't play it much anymore because they're so, you know, in tune to all their new ones that they don't play this one. But like, I have it DVR'd because it's like if you want to get up at 6 a.m. Home Alone is a good one. I know, me too. Me too, Capri. Oh, White Christmas. Ooh, that's a good one. I am like, so maybe my list is more than 3, guys, but I always love Christmas Vacation. Like if I don't see Christmas Vacation, it's not Christmas, guys. I have to see Christmas Vacation. I have to see It's a Wonderful Life, and I have to see The Most Wonderful Time of the Year. I do love Home Alone. All of the Home Alones. I think they're all good. Of course, the first one is my favorite of them all. I could probably recite almost every line. Not even kidding on that one. Not even kidding. And so it's like, you know, I can almost recite every line, and then that's true of It's a Wonderful Life and Christmas Vacation. But I do love them. And that another one that was my favorite, and I haven't seen it in so long. And it was one that we're just putting glass in, guys. We're putting glass on. And we're gonna put some other stuff, but we're gonna put glass on first, just to kind of get a feel for how our buildings are gonna be laid out, right? And so this is going to become glass here. This is going to be a big, like, window as you walk in, right? Because you walk into that door. It's a reset. And then here's two. It's going to be a glass here. And a little bit of a glass on the side too. Oh, I like Miracle on 34th Street too. This one was called something like Christmas List, My Christmas List or something like that. And it had Mimi Rogers. Is that her name? Mimi Rogers in it. I think that's her name. I think that's the right. I get name. I'm terrible with names, guys. Just know I'm terrible when it comes to actors and actresses' names because I don't know them. But it had her, and she'd made this like wild Christmas list just for fun. And her friend had put it in Santa's box. They worked at like a department store. And her friend put it in Santa's box, and then all of a sudden, all of her wishes on her list were coming true, but they were coming true in weird ways. And it was just funny. It's cute, but I haven't seen it on in years. It's been a long time, but I really enjoyed watching that one when they would play it. But it's been years since I have seen that one on TV. So we're gonna get some windows in these buildings. We said they had some windows. I don't know if we're gonna get to all the fun stuff or not. Oof, 35. I've got like 10 more minutes. I gotta hurry up and stop talking. Or we're not gonna get to any of the fun stuff. We're just gonna get our buildings put in. That wouldn't be fun. Whoops, this one kind of went rogue on me a little bit. Hold on, let me get this window a little more on the square side. It's gonna be a big window. It went a little rogue on me there. Not square. If you want to have square, you can use a ruler and put your windows in a square. That would be a good thing to do. But we're just going with it. I'm like, huh? Is that the guy about the tree? You're like, I don't know. Don't ask me. My husband's pretty good with that. Like, he will pick out people. He'll be like, oh, that guy played in yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, really? And then you're like, yeah, he did. I'm terrible with that because I don't watch it enough to know or to, like, so I'm like really bad about it. All right, let's give our windows here a little bit of love, and then we're gonna add a little something to this to make it like Christmas, right? Because this is all about a Christmas village, and we need to turn it to Christmas. And then if you want to follow along with painting, you can follow along with painting. I would love that. On my page, I do 20 minutes of Paint with Me, usually every day, Monday through Friday at noon. I'm doing like a 20-minute Paint with Me, and it is so much fun. We finished a turkey. On Monday, we finished a turkey. Yesterday, my day was crazy with work, and I did not make my live. So that happens sometimes, but we did this. This was our turkey we finished on Monday. And so I'd love for you to come over and give me a follow over there on my page if you're new to me. We're just going to put a little yellow because the lights are on inside, and so we're going to light it up, right? And we can figure out if there's like what the door looks like and all of that. We'll do that later. Probably will do that, like not on this live, maybe on a live this week for my 20 minutes. We can continue working on this. But I want to at least get some of the Christmas spirit happening on these buildings before we get off of here in a few minutes. Karen with White's Creative Design is after me. If you're in the Crafty bunch, you don't need to do anything. You just need to refresh your screen and she'll be on. I don't know exactly what she's doing, but it's going to be something in the theme of oh, thank you, Capri. Thank you. He was so much fun. And guys, if y'all were with me on that ride, y'all know that was a wild ride. Because I had to, oh, wait a minute. Before I put this in, I want to put something else in. Real quick here. I have another little thing sitting over here. Let me get my black going. I got a little lamp post that I want to put in. He was quite the challenge. Y'all were with me on that. Y'all know I started with one face and head, and I fought it, and then I basically erased the whole thing, just painted over the whole thing with white, and then redid his whole face. But I do love the way it came out. I love the way it turned out, so I'm thrilled that I did that. Because sometimes you just have to say, you know what? I'm going to fight you too much that I can just stop and paint over you and it be just fine. And that's exactly what I did. I was like, I'm done fighting with you. We're not having that fight. Oh, thank you. And so we're going to be turning on the light. We're going to be turning on the Christmas here in just a second, but I do want to get this. Our little lamp post here is so cute because it's going to have some garland coming from it too. And so we're going to turn the light on in it. But we just needed to get glass around it first. So it looks like it's glass. There we go. And we can turn it on. This is no more weight than like regular copy paper that you would pull out of a copy paper. This is just like, it's like a little ephemera pad. It's super cute, and that's why I got it. But it's no more different weight than if it were, and so now we're going to put on our Christmas, right? We've got our holly, our garland hanging from the rafters, or the eaves, I guess that is, right? We're going to put like some essence, like there's a Christmas tree or something in this window. Because you know how all the stores have their like little Christmas trees in their windows. And so we don't have to do it where it is like fully painted because it's kind of hard to see. But we're just going to do it in a manner that just kind of shows like there's something there that looks like a potential Christmas tree. Right? And then we're going to put a little garland on top of our window here. It's all decorated for the holidays. Our buildings are. And you can see I'm just doing ploppy plops. That's what I call ploppy plops. This one's going to have like a wreath hanging from it. Just ploppy plops. It's just where you plop your brush down and it just leaves what it leaves, makes the point that it makes. It's all good. It's going to look like a wreath. It's going to look like whatever it needs to look like. And this one's going to have it hanging from here. We're going to hang it there. We're going to droop it there. And we're going to droop it over here. We can put lights in these. We can put all kind of things. And we're going to hang a little wreath right here on this one. It's going to look like it's going to look like a person here. It's going to have like a wreath, like a nose, 2 eyes, and a mouth. Yeah, my technical terms. Yeah, it is. It's coming to life now, right? Of course, we're almost at the end of time and it's not done, but that's okay because you know what? I might just pick this up and let this just be my 20-minute paint with me. And y'all can come join me as we finish this and we deck it out a little more. But because my time here is up in just a minute. I hope y'all have a great rest of your Wednesday. I am gonna have a good one because today is paint party day and I have to finish work. I got a couple meetings this afternoon. We put a little garland down and everything, but I'll come back and we can finish this. I did too, Capri. I'm so glad I enjoyed you being here and learning about your village. I hope you share a picture. I'll have to post a picture of my village, of my dad's village, not my village, my dad's village. And you can get you to post a picture of yours with your ladder because I want to see it. Anyway, here's where we are at with our little downtown feeling of Christmas, and y'all come back and join me. Tomorrow's Thursday. I will be in the office, but I may save this for a live on Friday. We'll see. And we'll finish it up. So y'all come and join me on that. You'll see it posted on my page. Come follow and like me. Refresh your page because Karen, I done done it again. Karen with White Creative Design is on now. Y'all have a great Wednesday. Bye.